Hello YouTube, I want to do a couple more or another video on some YouTube tips on having a successful channel, and I was going to touch on 3 points here today. First one I want to talk about is a subscriber number versus views per day. Now a lot of people get over focused on the subscriber number, even YouTube does, which is interesting. It's kind of like it gives you an idea where you're going, and it gives you clout. If you say, I got 1,000 subscribers versus another guy says, I got 10,000 subscribers, you're thinking that the guy's got 10,000 subscribers is doing better, which isn't necessarily the case if you're talking about the income you bring in. So the subscriber number will get you, again, clout, and that's a perfect example. Somebody with 1,000 views, or excuse me, 1,000 subscribers versus somebody who just has, or somebody who has 10,000 subscribers. The 10,000 subscribers is going to get approached by everybody, and he has a higher social standing in the YouTube community. That being said, that doesn't necessarily mean that the guy who only has 1,000 subscribers, he could be outperforming as far as financially the user with the larger subscriber base. Looking at my notes here, that's why I keep looking down. So really the number you want to, if you're interested in trying to make more income, the number you want to look at is the views per day. Because, again, you might have 10,000 subscribers but only have 100 views per day. You got some reason you got a whole bunch of subscribers but you don't have regular viewers. And that's what I'll leave that at that. So the number you want to focus if you're interested in income is the views per day. And when you approach people, if you want to approach people, like my viewers per day is like way more than my subscribers, and that's because of the type of videos I do, and I'll explain that a little bit later. But so for income base, viewers per day, and if you approach somebody, if you don't have a high subscribe number but you have a lot of views per day, you can go to somebody and say, hey, I got like 10,000 views per day. I might only have 1,000 subscribers, but 10,000 people are coming to my channel every day to look to see what I got. Anyway, so that's the first one, and I want to differentiate that too. The next thing I want to talk about is, let's see what I got here. How to get long-term views versus a lot of short-term views. There's different categories, and I'm just going to touch on two. You've got the people who do comedy are going to get a lot of views. The problem is let's say you do something like, I seen this one where this guy would do this bush, he had this bush thing where he'd go like Las Vegas, and he'd put on a bush costume, and he looked like a bush in a pot, and when people would walk by, he'd jump out and surprise them, and he had a camera, and he had like 15 minutes of this going on, and it was 15 minutes would go by really quickly because it was a lot of fun to watch. Thing is you maybe watch that, you're going to watch it once, but you're probably not going to go back again. Maybe come 2 or 3 times to show a friend. You might say, hey, check out this video, this is pretty funny. But after about a month, nobody's going to go back and watch that video. They've already seen it. So it'll have an initial splash, big time views, but then it's just off the face of the earth. Very few people are ever going to go back and see that video again. Now if you want long-term views that'll continue to bring in revenue, and you don't have a lot of talent like me, first of all, you need to do what you're interested in. There's always somebody that's interested in what you're interested in. Gardening's huge, and it doesn't sound too interesting, but it's got a huge following. I'm not into gardening, or I'm not good at it, so I don't make a lot of gardening videos, but there's huge following on gardening. But in how-to videos is what I'm getting at. If you do a how-to video on whatever your niche market is, you're going to get lots of repeat videos. Let's say I show how to do the front brakes on a Honda Civic, specific Honda Civic. Well, not only you continually, for years to come, are you going to get people wanting to know how to do that brake job. You're going to also get somebody said, hey, this is a really good brake job, and they're going to refer you to other people, or they might do it several times and they keep bringing up your video. And so I guess what I'm saying is the how-to videos will have long-term views over the course of the channel as long as it's relevant, versus the funny, high-impact short views. They'll bring in a lot of revenue one time, and then that's it. And then they'll got to keep working and working and working to keep the views coming in. That's the secret to how you can get a lot of subscribers per day. Excuse me, a lot of views per day with very little subscribers very little subscriber numbers, and still have a high amount of views per day. And that the views per day at the end of the day bring in the income. So that was my number 2 point. It's you want to look for views, try to make videos that make reoccurring views come to you, versus a flash in the pan, you know, one-time viral video. And then the third topic I wanted to talk about is what kind of videos actually make income. What I mean that is, let's say you're trying to think of let's say you're into Nerf guns. Nothing wrong with that. You know, they shoot those little foam dart things. You can look it up if you don't know what a Nerf gun is. There's a huge following around that. What is the, from an advertiser standpoint, you're talking, you know, $20 to $50 is probably all the investment you're ever going to make in that whole sport, or whatever you want to call it, that entertainment sector. Versus, let's say you do a car repair video. Well, you might attract the attention of like Toyota, Honda, Ford, GM. Especially they're gonna key in on what kind of car you're repairing. Because if you're working on an older Toyota, it's a good chance if you enjoy that Toyota and you like the way the maintenance goes on it and stuff, you might be in the back of your mind thinking of buying a new Toyota. Now what's one Toyota gonna cost? Let's say you get a newer Toyota, you're talking $20,000 to $30,000 for a new Toyota. And then also, what's the market reach on that? How many people are gonna buy a new Toyota? And your video might help influence that buy decision. So you're talking millions of dollars in potential sales for just Toyota, not to mention Honda, you know, Nissan. You know, I never see any Nissan videos out there. I see Honda and Toyota ones out there, and guess what? They're both the #1 things, and they run ads on my channels. But anyhow, so be aware if you're doing videos, even though it's more important you do the interesting one, but just be aware that if you're doing like a financial video, people who got money are probably watching it. Car videos, people who got money to buy cars. If you're doing some kind of like Pokemon cards or something, the market cap's just not there, at least not that I'm aware of. It might be a big, huge, multi-million-dollar Pokemon thing, but I got a feeling there isn't. You know, how to make your own soda. There's just not a huge market in that. So anyways, so just be conscious if you want to make more revenue, do videos on, it's most important you do videos on stuff you like. And also, you know, just be conscious if you're making videos about higher end stuff, you're going to get the higher end ads and they'll pay out more. I think that's about it. Again, just going to recap real quick. You want to do, remember your subscriber numbers versus your daily views. Your how-to videos, or think long-term repeat videos, versus, you know, quick views, unless you want to do quick views. But the how-to long-term, I'd rather make a video and it continue over the years to bring in views. And then the types of ads that are gonna run typically on the kind of video you did will influence how much money you're making on YouTube. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this video helped you out, and thank you for watching.